I think gives us a quorum. So I know Mr. Rainey and Ms. Burkhart are off. Yeah. But we've got a quorum, so the first item on the agenda is the approval of the March 13th, 2025 meeting minutes. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Next item on the agenda is the approval of the April 10th BZA agenda. It's okay to let that stand? Y'all good?
I do have one change I would like to
Yes.
make. The 909 New Deal Potts Road will be removed from this consent agenda, and we will see that come up next month.
Thank you, Sydney. Next item is to enter the meeting materials into the record. That's these, I believe. Is that right? Just hand those up there to you. Enter those into the record. And then on to the regular agenda. First item is Shelley Burrell is requesting a variance from county requirements contained in Chapter 11, Section 1101, subsection D of the Sumner County zoning resolution related to encroachment of an ancillary structure within a required side yard setback. The variance is requested in accordance with Chapter 14, Section 410. Subject property is located at 116 Long Hollow Lane, Hendersonville, Tennessee. And you want to do the presentation next?
Sure. All right. Thank you. All right. This is, there we go. Here is the subject property here in Hendersonville off of Long Hollow. And this was the public notice that ran in the Gallatin News and the Hendersonville Standard. And here you can see the Long Hollow Lane is a private drive that comes off of Long Hollow, and this is the subject property. You can see the house here, and this is the general area that the proposed structure is the variance is being requested from. All right, and then there's a close-up. You can see better. This is going to go approximately in this area here. All right, and this was the zoning verification in which we let him know what the setbacks were for the rural residential zoning district, which is 20 feet off of the side. And the plot plan there, and here it is enlarged so you can see the requested area. If the structure was behind the home, then it could be 5 feet off of the side property lines and the rear property lines. However, with it not being behind the home, then the setback would have to be primary setbacks, which is 20 feet on the side. All right, and there is the large version. And you can see in this plot plan here, this is the adjoining property. This is a gas line, and there's a 50-foot right-of-way that they have there, so nothing can be built here on the adjoining property. This is the existing barn that is being removed, and this is the new barn here, which is actually being moved further into the property line, but because the property owner wanted a larger structure, that it couldn't be grandfathered in the location of that old barn. It needed, so it needs this variance request for the 10-foot side setback. All right, and here's the applicant's request. It says side setback variance requested to replace an old existing structure with a larger metal building. The topography, stream buffer, and relationship between the structure behind the home, which would allow for a 5-foot setback. The proximity to power lines and to the property line prevent the minimum 20-foot setback at the building location and the size shown. Understanding there's a 50-foot gas feeder pipeline right away on the adjacent property, and including the request for a 10-foot setback, this would give a 60-foot visual separation should somebody decide to build on the adjacent property at some point. So that was the applicant's reason for the variance. Here's an image of what the proposed new barn garage will look like. And, all right, this is the entry to the property with the public notice, and as you can see, it's a very long drive going up to this property. This is, as you come up the drive, you can see there's a little bit of topography here as you crest this plane, and this is about the area right in here of the new building proposed. Again, this just kind of shows you why this would be the desired location. There's some septic field area here, there's some trees here, the dog run, a well back here, and then, again, just more of the property features. And this is, so you can see this stake here. This is the location, and just to give you a little bit of a frame of reference, it would be about right here with this picture extended out. As you can see how it slopes down to make it more difficult to get it further back on the property to get it behind the home. All right. The side setback for rural residential zoning district is 20 feet. This is the standard out of the Sumner County zoning resolution that the variance is being requested from. And this is the state law that regulates the grounds for a variance. That says, whereby reason of exceptional narrowness, shallowness, shape of a specific property at the time of the enactment, or by reason of exceptional topographic conditions or other extraordinary and exceptional situations. The Board of Zoning Appeals may grant a variance to relieve the hardship. All right. And here are the findings of fact, and the standards for variances to make your determination. The first is the particular shape, surroundings, topographic conditions of the property that would result in a particular hardship on the owner is distinguished from their inconvenience if the strict application of this resolution was carried out. Staff findings are that the particular conditions with the topography, the electric poles, and septic areas make conformity with the zoning resolution difficult. Number two, the conditions do not apply across the rural residential zoning district as a whole and are unique to this lot. Three, there's not any unpermitted uses that are being proposed. Four, financial returns are not the primary issue at hand. Five, the difficulty with the topography and the lot layout was not created by the owner. Six, the requested variance appears to meet the minimum that will allow the property to be utilized in the manner proposed. Seven, no evidence has been provided indicating that granting this variance will be detrimental to the public. And eight, no evidence has been provided indicating that the granting of the variance will impair the supply of light or air, increase congestion, danger of fire, endanger public safety, or diminish property values. The other requirements for the variance, the plot plan meeting the requirements has been provided by the applicant and was included in your packet. And then this is not a use variance. All right. And let's see. And then clarify just a little bit, this is a 7-acre property in the rural residential zoning district. The applicant is requesting to remove an old barn that is very close to the property line and replace it with a 2,100 square foot barn, closer into the property, but still not at that 20-foot side setback. He's requesting to place it at 10 feet off of the property line instead of 20. And states the topography and the septic and the electric pole that's there and the well, and the existing features of the property make this really the best suitable location for the structure that he is asking for. All right. And so then, yes. So the example motions are up there. One to approve the variance to the side yard setback conditioned upon A, zoning, building, and land service permits obtained. B, to deny the request, or 3, to defer the item 1 month in order to obtain additional information.
Thank you. I know we've got a couple people signed up to speak, so now's the time to do that. I don't know who wants to come up first.
Well, I'll tell you that the Ocana people are as fine of folks as I've ever found, and that includes the Burwells. And if they can take down an old building and put up a new one, more power to them.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, could you identify yourself could you give your name and address for the record? Could you identify yourself?
Yes, it's here.
Just into the microphone.
2435.
Lindsay, say it in the microphone.
Here you go. I'm gonna hit it. There you go. Just say it in there.
Oh. Well, as I've said earlier, we live right across the road. My knowledge goes all the way back to Tom and Martina Latimer. And if these folks can take down an old building and put up a new one, more power to them. I'd like to see it happen.
Thank you.
You got it.
Shelley? Apple?
Do I need to speak?
Come up and just tell, I didn't know if you had anything to add.
I think Miss Sydney, as normal, has done a wonderful job. My name is Shelley Burwell, I live at 116 Long Hollow Lane, and I'm a code guy myself, so I'm presenting something I feel is above what the minimum standards are, 40 feet, 20 foot on either side. We have a 50-foot gas permanent easement on Mr. Jennings' property, 10 feet for me, that's 60 feet. So you're getting a visual and air separation and fire protection and those things that, are important to us. I can't see the property line, so visually you're still going to get what the code's intent is. And that's what I have.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to make comment?
I did want to add that there was an email from Mr. Jennings, who owns the property all surrounding this currently, in support of this, and Piedmont Gas also said they had no issues with the structure in the proposed location.
So I want to open this up for discussion with the BZA. Before we do, I want to say that that's a major gas line, transmission line that runs all the way up from Hendersonville up through the county, the 50-foot right-of-way on the outside. I'll just make one observation. I think it's a large piece of land, but I also think that creates a bit of a unique situation for this because that gas line provides an additional 50 foot of space. But I'll just put that up for discussion. So, what's the will of the board?
Just clarification, you said Mr. Jennings was acceptable to this? I make a motion for one.
That's a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All right, thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. You have some staff projects.
Yes, we just had one administrative approval for the month of April, and that is 2048 Scotty Parker Highway with Wade's Automotive. They are operating as approved for their conditional use. And so that's all I have on that.
So I think I just need one more motion. Is that right?
I'll make a motion to approve.
No, motion to adjourn.
Oh, I thought you.
You're all right. You're all
I thought we were
right.
talking about the condition.
No.
Sorry, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Second. All right, thanks.
Approved.
You're approved. Thank you. Appreciate y'all coming out tonight.